Hi Taurus, and welcome to your monthly love predictions reading. We're going to be having a look at what is in store for you when it comes to love in the month ahead. So we're focusing on mid-August to mid-September. I'm going to start your reading by pulling 3 cards from this oracle deck. These 3 cards will tell us the main 3 themes that you can expect to experience in love. Now, real quick, Taurus, if you're looking for more of a general predictions reading, I do my general predictions readings for all signs at the beginning of the month. Your August predictions are still up, still ready in terms of they're still current for the full month of August on my channel. I recommend that you subscribe and join the family to be informed of these September predictions. Let's get into it though, without further delay. What is going on for Taurus when it comes to love in the month ahead? What is going on for Taurus? We have the Empress reverse, that's you, the nurturing card in this deck. What is going on for Taurus? We have the Hermit now, a lot of earth energy, seek. What is going on for Taurus in the month ahead when it comes to love, please, Spirit? Virgo season is impactful for you. That's interesting. One more card. We have another 8. Oh, well, actually, this is your first 8 card. This is the 8 of Swords, helpless and hopeless. It's beautiful in this deck because it shows that sun peeking through. Excuse me, my throat has been doing weird things. I took a little hiatus, but it's still involuntarily dry. And so if I cough, I apologize in terms of the microphone, but I literally can't control it right now. The 2 of Cups is your bottom deck energy. That is saying coming together. So without wasting more time, in general, I feel like this 2 of Cups energy is talking about balance in your love life and being able to see eye to eye. If you are in union or you have a partner or there's someone that you're seeing regularly, I feel like the 2 of you are going to try to make compromises in order to help the relationship have a fair chance in the month ahead. The goal here is to have mutual needs met and to form a sort of synergy with one another based on what you need, what they need, and what the relationship needs. If you're single, I feel like you are going to be figuring out more of what you need and how the people or the opportunities in love around you are able to complement that. I do think that my singles could be taking some time away from the dating scene to just get back in tune with what they are looking for. And they may be taking a lot of time considering their options in love if you're single. So let's get into it, starting with this nurture card, the Empress reversed. I want to get my tarot deck ready, but the Empress reversed is talking about stunted growth. It is this feeling of you holding off in nurturing something only because in this case, it feels like we need it to come together in the right way. So you may be feeling a little stunted or infertile and insecure because that is you, sweet soul. You're a Taurus and the Empress is as well. So I believe that my Taurus babies might be feeling slightly insecure, either in reflection of your partner. You may feel like you're comparatively struggling with how they are or what they have versus what you have. But otherwise, this is just this feeling of needing to ground yourself and connect more with what you actually need. Let's see what Tarot has to say. Why is the Empress reversed Taurus's theme in love? Spirit, clarify this nurture card for Taurus. A lot of earth energy. We have the 7 of Pentacles reversed, speaking of earth. Clarify this nurture card for Taurus. We also have the King of Pentacles, so a lot of earth energy. We have the King of Cups coming out. And we're going to start clarifying some of these cards now. Let's clarify that 7 of Pentacles reverse, please, Spirit. Wow, actually, that's actually kind of good. I see the message now. Princess of Swords reversed. Clarify that King of Pentacles, please, Spirit. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. Clarify that 9 of Cups. Dun, dun, dun. Justice reversed, yeah. At the back of the deck, I am seeing the Ace of Pentacles. So I have to be honest here. It's an interesting theme. I'm going to stay general because this could play out very uniquely depending on your individual situation and your Taurus placement. For example, a Taurus sun could experience this differently to a Taurus moon. So let's talk about this. Seven of Pentacles reversed to the Princess of Swords reversed. I see you looking at how a situation needs to be improved and feeling like your information on this situation is limited. You're either feeling like you're out of your depth here, you may have bitten off more than you could chew, or like the growth of the situation is out of your control. And you're recognizing that you don't have enough information to improve the situation, so you're trying to figure out what you can do with what you have. I see a lot of you hyperfixated on this main issue, and it's hard for you to find a solution because of that. Some of you are even considering pulling something out, something that you have been investing in, and trying a different way forward, but you don't have the inspiration of how to do that. Because the Page of Swords is reversed, you feel like you don't have a backup option. And that's what could be most frustrating here. Now, the thing about this energy with the King of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups reversed, it is very much a reflection of how you're seeing yourself. And I feel like any minor form of rejection emotionally is going to challenge you to rebuild and reassess. And it's from a place of self-worth. So excuse me for coughing again. I don't necessarily think that you will be rejected, but I do see you putting a lot of effort into recovering and trying to rebuild. And I feel like this is coming from an assumption that things aren't where they should be, or you just trying to prepare for if something does go worst case scenario. So if you're a single Taurus, I feel like you're spending a lot of time in the month ahead just really building your sense of self, making yourself feel more confident, feel more like you have a lot to offer, and just trying to kind of get to a sense of stability and peace with how you see yourself before you even consider sharing yourself with someone else. If you're a Taurus who is dealing with someone, whether this is casually, whether you've been in a relationship for years, even if you're married, I still see a major theme here being insecurity and you needing to rebuild and reassess how you give love, in the sense of, well, how do I actually see myself? Because I feel like you're being triggered here to really just keep a lot of love and a lot of emotion on self in the month ahead. And that is what the Nine of Cups and Justice reversed is saying. Unless you are coming from a place of like, I'm not overly emotionally dependent on this person to be the main and sole source of my happiness, I do see your partnership suffering from your insecurities and from where you may be feeling like you're not getting what you wanted and things just aren't good enough right now in life for you. So we need to kind of be aware of this theme because it is impacting our relationships and it is causing delays in how things could progress successfully with other people. Are these delays bad? No. In this case, it's essential because it's an opportunity to check in with self and go, hey, self, you're not feeling great. Let's look at why and let's get back on track. So it's not like you should feel guilty or you should feel bad. It's literally just the natural process of needing to check in and build how you see yourself a little bit in order to feel more confident in how you're presenting yourself to people that you're romantically interested in if you're single, or to your partner if you're in a relationship. So let's get some advice about this though. Can we get some advice on this nurture energy for Taurus? Okay, we have the Eternal Child coming out. We also have the River reversed, and we have the, excuse me, Orphan reversed. At the back of the deck is the Destroyer. So I definitely see us rebuilding. Your advice is to let things fall apart though, because we have to identify what needs to be addressed. So be honest with yourself. If something isn't working, be honest about it. If you feel like you need new ideas or you need new inspiration, be honest about it. With the Orphan reverse, this period is temporary. It's ultimately about you connecting more with people who you gain connection from, if that makes sense, but connecting with them for the right reasons, not from a sense of I'm projecting my own insecurities onto you, but from a sense of I actually need more of this in my life. And you are someone, especially if you have a Taurus placement, who actually gets a lot of positive growth. I mean, all humans do. But Taurus placements, being very Venusian, you get a lot of self-development from the right connections. Partnerships are helpful for you. But we need to be in these partnerships for the right reasons, which is what I think is happening here. With the Eternal Child, there's a strong feeling of grounding and centering self and connecting more. And the Eternal Child is arguably a very innocent energy, a very sort of blank slate, pure energy that isn't overly attached, that isn't overly jaded, that hasn't really had the chance to be molded and manipulated. It's a very raw form of who we are. So there is this advice to stay connected to who you truly are in the month ahead. And with the River reversed, stagnancy is actually a part of the plan. I feel like a temporary delay or a feeling of like needing to kind of like the movement in this area of your life is changing. So if things have been really busy, I see it slowing down. If things have been slow, they could be speeding up. There is a strong feeling of don't lose your head though, stay grounded and trust that this is all happening as it is intended to. I feel like you need to let go of control over how these things come about. You need to just let them unfold. So that's what I'm seeing in that theme. Let's keep moving forward. We'll look at this 9 over here now. Spirit, clarify the Hermit card as a Taurus theme in love. This coughing is annoying me so much. I can only imagine how it is for you guys. The 8 of Cups reversed. Clarify this Hermit card, please, Spirit. The Knight of Wands reversed. We got a person. Let's see how they feel about you. We have the Princess of Wands reversed, frustrated. Spirit, clarify the 8 of Cups with this Hermit card. Could be dealing with a fire sign. A Leo is showing up as significant, the Sun. To be fair, we also have Libra, and that is all so far. Libra, Taurus, Virgo, and Leo. Could be Leo-Virgo cusp. However, I am filming this on the Leo-Virgo cusp. We have the 5 of Cups. Clarify the Princess of Wands. Wow, this person, I just keep seeing the Lovers card, the 9 of Wands. At the back of the deck is the 4 of Cups reversed. So sweets, we got to clarify, but there is a person here that you will be dealing with in love who is feeling like they are maybe needing to make themselves more present in your plan. Whether this is an external plan or whether this is your love life and you feel like the two of you are drifting in the month ahead, I feel a desperate energy to kind of recover a sense of loss, disappointment, or just change, emotional change. I do see you spending a lot of time thinking and just trying to ground yourself. Some of you are journaling about this, you're meditating about this, or you're just really like trying to figure out how you feel and what you should do. This Hermit card is talking about gaining wisdom, introspection, and being still enough to process information or experiences that you've already received in order to figure out what the heck to do about a present situation. So it feels very reflective, very meditative. And I think what's going on here is you're trying to figure out how this connection is weighing on you in a positive and potentially less than positive way. It feels like someone making a pros and cons list, Taurus. And the 8 of Cups reversed with the Sun reversed, it makes me think that something is happening here that is shifting the energy in your connection, and you're trying to figure out, well, how do we move forward if we want to move forward? For those who are kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you are genuinely trying to consider how to step away in order to focus more on what you need to do. But I feel like that loyal, loving Taurus heart is at the core of this, saying like, we're not ready to do that yet, but what can we do to fix the way that we feel? Because the sun reversed is very pessimistic thinking. It's a pessimistic feeling, and it's tinting our ability to be optimistic about the future. The Eight of Cups reversed is saying that an issue from your past is circling back, or this feeling from your past is circling back to remind you that it needs to be addressed. With the Knight of Wands reversed and the Five of Cups, I feel somebody being very unsure about the emotional changes in their connection with you. They feel a shift, and we got to look at this person's energy towards you in the month ahead, because they're showing up as a fire sign, especially Leo, but Sagittarius is also strong. And technically Aries is also here with that fire energy. Spirit, what is this person's energy towards Taurus in the month ahead? I see us just realizing that things are changing, but needing time to process the changes. Some of us are assuming the worst. This person has a lot of faith that this is going to work out in their best interest, though. They're having to put a lot of trust in the connection, and they're feeling like this is a dangerous situation, so they do have fears, but they don't really care. Like, this person feels pretty determined to change your mind, or at least the way that you feel about them, for the better. Even though the Five of Cups is reversed, like, I feel like that's a natural process of coping with a change. We also have self-loathing here. So you're dealing with somebody who does struggle to see themselves in the best light, and they may be relying on you to kind of come through with that. I'm hearing closing speech of motivation. It's interesting because I do see this person's character becoming less predictable in the month ahead, but I don't think that's a necessarily bad thing, especially if they were showing up as the Knight of Wands. Like, maybe some of the excitement and passion is starting to wane. But I also think that the Knight of Wands is reversed because we're feeling that things need to get more serious. And with the Five of Cups being here, this is a feeling that maybe this person isn't used to, or they're struggling to cope with. The Princess of Wands reversed is how they are feeling about you, and that's saying that they feel in a kind of out of their depths, like they're approaching new territory with you, and they are uncertain of whether they have the right skills and experience to be able to keep up with you. I feel like this person feels like you're outgrowing them a little bit, Taurus, but I also see this person being the kind who is biting off more than they can chew and kind of talking the talk but failing to walk the walk in the month ahead. With the Nine of Wands, we can't argue that this person isn't trying, because I'm seeing them really trying. I'm seeing them not wanting to miss out on an opportunity with you, but they are their worst enemy, and their energy is very reliant on you to kind of give them the confidence they need to believe that things are going to be okay. So you have someone over here who is feeling less than optimistic, and you're starting to feel that as well. You're needing more assurance, and you're going within to kind of get that clarity, where this person seems to be really like needing more from you to assure them that this is what you want as well in terms of the future of this connection. So let's get some advice about that situation. What is the advice for Taurus with that Hermit card? We have Anima Mundi. Interesting. This seems to be a collective energy. Well, it is actually a collective energy. But for the earth signs, you're the second earth sign to get that. We have Starborn coming out for you as well. And on the ground, we have the Bridge. Okay. So this is a situation where, in the case where development is needed, we have the Vow at the bottom of the deck. So I do see loyalty being your advice, but also commitment. We can't forget that a major theme for you is coming together, right? So the Vow is talking about appreciating the development of your love life in the month ahead, especially when it comes to this person that you're dealing with, Taurus. I feel like your advice is to recognize how commitment is a big deal, and what it actually means to you and what may be needed from someone that you're dealing with when it comes to love, and when it comes to commitment in love. I feel like Spirit is asking for you to honor your commitments. And I think with a Nima Mundi being here, there is this feeling of being so connected. You are isolating where you may actually need to share more with this person, whether that's communicating or just telling them how you're feeling and expressing the development that you're experiencing as an individual in order to help them feel more connected to you, especially if this is a well-established partnership. This person is just like watching their favorite person, their Taurus, go on this soul journey, and they feel like they're being eclipsed. Especially with the starborn here, I feel like there is a lot of room for growth and expansion, and we shouldn't see change as a bad thing, nor as an ending. It's more of a room. It literally feels like an egg cracking. We may need to discard the shell, but were we really that attached to the shell? There's so much more potential within the shell. And the bridge here is talking about going from one thing to another. So trust the process here with this person, trust the change, and trust the development. Let's have a look at that Eight of Swords, helpless and hopeless now. This situation over here, Taurus, does feel like a case of you getting stuck in your head about something, potentially assuming the worst case situation or thinking that you don't have any options when you do, really minimizing the actions that you could take. So what is going on over here in their love life with the Eight of Swords, please, Spirit? Okay, first card is the Nine of Swords reversed. All right, a lot of swords energies. We also have the Knight of Swords. What is going on over here for Taurus? We have the Eight of Wands. Clarify that Nine of Swords reversed, please. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, clarify the Knight of Swords. Thank you. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. And lastly, that Eight of Wands, please. Thank you. We have the Ten of Pentacles. At the back of the deck is that King of Swords. So a lot of swords energy. I'm feeling a general feeling of wanting mental clarity, but also feeling limited. It's like you're cycling here. You're stuck in a cycle, and it could be the same thought just going around and around and around in your head, or it could be feeling like the same situation is happening again and again and again because your actions are repetitive and limited. I believe with the Nine of Swords reversed, this situation is either making you lose sleep, keeping you up at night, or feeling like a situation that you have major regrets in, like I wish I did this instead of that situation. Especially with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, you're feeling like, first of all, the universe has dealt you a bad hand of cards, but you're seeing an unfortunate situation become worse based on your actions and your lack of actions towards the things that you want. So I feel you having regrets about how you're handling a situation over here because you feel like you're cycling through and you're not able to break, out. However, the Knight of Swords follows that with the Four of Pentacles. So I'm seeing someone wanting to take action here and taking fairly impulsive action. Something that is out of their comfort zone with the Four of Pentacles reversed, but it is also a risky feeling. And with the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, this could have a lot to do with communication. If you're a single Taurus, I could see how you may be trying to work up the courage to communicate to someone that you have feelings for, or to talk about your feelings or your thoughts with someone that you're interested in. It does feel like more of an analytical thing rather than a confusion of my feelings. It's like, no, my feelings are fine, but how do I talk about this now? How do I break that communication barrier or that action barrier and do this? Because you're not comfortable doing this. The Four of Pentacles reverse tells me this is very much out of your comfort zone. However, once you take action, the Eight of Wands says that movement occurs quite quickly. And the Eight of Wands is about grounding something. So this thought becomes a grounded reality, especially with the Ten of Pentacles. This is looking at something that has long-term success attached to it or a legacy energy attached to it, in the sense of this small action has a huge reaction and a huge outcome. So I do just want to kind of clarify what's going on over here, and my eyes are going back to this King of Swords. So I feel like your decisions and how you see your situation and how you choose to act based on what you're thinking will have huge outcomes in the month ahead if you choose to kind of step out of this victim mentality, this I'm a martyr in this situation, there's nothing I can do, and actually start doing things. Look at that. Underneath that card is the Four of Wands. So I do see success. I just think you got to kind of get out of your head a little bit and really grab that situation by the horns and make it... I don't know how to finish that without swearing, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Make it your win. Let's say that. Let's get some advice over here, though. Even though I was kind of preaching to you, what is the advice with that Eight of Swords, please, Spirit, for Taurus? We have the King, the King, the King, the King. You have the King of Swords. It's all you, sweet soul. It's all you. Don't doubt for a second you are less than powerful. We have the Desert. Wow, Spirit, what is the advice over here? We also have the Judge, and at the back of the deck is Kairos. So the thing about Kairos is this feels like critical timing. This feels like a case of like seeing an opportunity and seizing it. That's why the action is impulsive. You may need to wait for something to really align in order for you to be able to take action or communicate. But I think that staying observant and seizing your opportunity is going to pay off. With the King being here, I do see success. However, your advice is you are the King. You're in control. So remember that, especially if it has to do with something that you envision for yourself. We can't assume that other people envision the same things. We have to assume responsibility for the things that we want, especially in this case, sweets. Like the King is about as high up the accountability ladder as you can be. With the Desert being here, though, this is talking about a dry spell, and this is talking about things needing to kind of die back in order for it to flourish further. So I do think that this is a classic case of Rome wasn't built in a day. And while we may be coming from a dry or barren situation where we were feeling hopeless and stuck in a cycle of stillness and drought, that is going to change, and you have to stay connected to your overall desire here on wanting that to change. And what are we wanting it to change into? Especially with the Judge here, there's a strong feeling of some sort of ruling with this King of Swords Judge energy. It's very because a lot of readers will describe the King of Swords as the Judge. It's very Libra-like, and it brings us back to this coming together energy, this feeling of seeing eye to eye and of working in tandem with our romantic interests to build successful outcomes. To be honest with you, if you've been stuck in a situation because somebody hasn't been pulling their weight, the obviousness of that truth is going to really be highlighted to you in the month ahead, and you're going to get an opportunity to take fast action towards a better outcome. It may be out of your comfort zone. Some of you are fleeing a situation. Others of you are running towards a situation. But the Judge here as advice is saying to think clearly, to see clearly, and to act clearly. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Taurus, when it comes to your love advice in the month ahead. I hope this has been helpful. Feel free to check in throughout the month to see if it resonates more. If it did not resonate 100%, you could have messages in your moon or Venus sign, because this is a love reading. Don't forget to join the family and be subscribed to stay tuned and notified for our September predictions. Otherwise, I shall connect with you and see you in another video. Bye.